This is ANN News Brief.
The United States has imposed sanctions on two South Sudanese senior officials it's accused of fomenting conflict. This is America's latest move to pressure South Sudan's politicians to form a unity government. The U.S. Treasury Department said on Monday it has blacklisted two cabinet-ranking officials, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs Kwol Manyang Juk and Minister of Cabinet Affairs Martin Elia Lumuro, for their role in perpetrating the conflict by obstructing peace process. The sanctions freeze any U.S. assets held by the officials and prohibit Americans from doing business with them for their role in what U.S. called inhibiting political unification, expanding the conflict, and profiting from South Sudan's war economy. Two leaders, Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, signed a peace deal in September last year to form a unity government by last month. But days before the deadline, they announced a 100 days extension. Now, the United States says more than 30 days into the extension, it is yet to see the government take necessary steps to create the political and security conditions conducive to form a unity government and adequate implementation of the peace deal. South Sudan plunged into war in 2013, fewer than 2 years after it gained independence from the Sudan. An estimated 400,000 persons have been killed in the conflict that has triggered a famine and created Africa's biggest refugee crisis since the 1994 Rwanda genocide. The government and citizens of Egypt have engaged in river cleanup campaigns as the Nile, which provides the country with nearly 95% of drinking and irrigation water, is one of the main culprits responsible for the global plastic waste. In recent years, the local government has been working hard to eliminate pollutants being thrown into the Asian River. One of the biggest challenges all over Egypt is plastic waste.
The security void from 2011 to 2013, the Nile River has suffered from tremendous violations. Pollutants have been pouring in. During the past 5 years, Egypt has removed more than 50,000 sources of water pollution violations.
I have always been concerned about the quality of drinking water, and that pushed me to learn more about the Nile pollution. I started speaking to people who throw litter in the Nile. Then I engaged in a bigger campaign. We started our work to clean the Red Sea. Our campaign picked up around 300 tons of plastic.
To teach the young about plastic harms to the environment before they develop the habit of throwing litter in the Nile. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
The Democratic Republic of Congo authorities said they have reinforced security at Ebola treatment centers. The fight against Ebola in the country has been set back by attacks in Ebola epicenters, prompting aid agencies to suspend operations. A total of 27 Ebola new cases were reported last week in the North Kivu and Interior provinces, which is 3 times the average number of infections. Congolese officials said they have stepped up the protection of patients and health workers in those areas.
Will be resolved with the number of soldiers we are bringing there, and also the measures, security measures we will introduce around the Ebola treatment center.
Congolese and international health experts hope to contain the Ebola outbreak by the end of this year, but the attack on health facilities in Ituri province and Goma has led to an increase in new cases. President Felix Tshisekedi said he will do everything possible to end the attacks. That is ANN News Brief at 4. Join us again at 5 for our full newscast. For details on these and other breaking stories, Visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Ademi.